Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Here the wave count currently would suggest that we are in a leading diagonal. We know we've completed that leading diagonal. There are two possibilities. Which one exactly is playing out? We can't really be sure about at the moment. This depends on the structure of the next move to the upside. Okay, so we have here in this particular scenario the idea that this was a wave 1, this was a wave 2, this was a wave 3, this was a wave 4, and this was a wave 5, a higher level wave 1, and we are now creating a large A, B, C correction in a wave 2, after which we would ideally expect in a bullish scenario, and the market still has to prove that to us, that we are going to move up in a wave 3 that should take us finally through this very, very important resistance level at $48.40. Many times I've said that this level is important. As long as we stay below that 48.40 level, Solana is imminently vulnerable. And we are now seeing that with a strong retracement, unfortunately, this level is really, really important to be broken. The other scenario would be that all of this here is a leading diagonal, basically that this was the wave 1, then we had a wave 2 here, the wave 3 here, the wave 4 here, and that this was a wave 5, and we are then coming down now only, possibly, and again there's different ways of counting it, but one interpretation would then be that this here was just the wave A of a wave 2 correction, there will be a wave B of a wave 2 correction, and a wave C still to come. That would be pretty much in line with the Ethereum wave count. And then from here, we would expect that wave 3 to the upside. All that currently in the bullish scenario. Of course, there's also a bearish scenario where we assume that all of this to the downside is currently a wave 1. We are now going to move up in a wave 2 here at some point and will then come down in a wave 3. That, in my opinion, would only get much more likely should we really drop below $30.50, below the previous wave 4 low here. Until that is the case, we can carefully focus on higher price levels. But before we focus on higher price levels, we need to look at, I believe, one more dip in this particular correction here. That's what I would expect for various cryptos at the moment, that there is one more dip, because the sideways movement here just suggests that we are here in a corrective move to the downside, or sideways at least, which would then eventually lead to another dip down. That is what the sideways action suggests. Solana actually quite weak, has even made already a lower low here on the 22nd of August. And I begin to doubt that the wave 4 was already in here. I mean, we hit the reversal area, that was all fine based on Fibonacci calculations, but what could very well be is that this is just a triangle, as I'm currently following it on various other crypto charts. So for example here a triangle, that we're looking at that in terms of a triangle wave count. Let me go to the 1 hour chart. And we pick the ABCDE triangle pattern. And we would say that possibly, and again this is micro counting, we won't really know the exact wave count until it happened. But this is a suggestion here how it could unfold. This was a wave A then we are moving down in a wave B. This here might have been the wave C already. We're now coming down in D, that might be nearly finished, and would then move up in a final wave E before we come down here in a wave 5. The wave E high is always the wave 4 high, and then we would come down and make that lower low. Again, ideal target for that would be sort of in the region between $30.50 and $31.20. And it doesn't look like the impulse is already starting to the downside. This currently looks rather corrective still, and would expect here more imminently a move to the downside. A move above the wave A high, which is at $37 pretty much, would invalidate the triangle. Something a little bit more bullish might then be going on, but overall the wave 4 can still extend a little bit higher, because if I take the targets or the retracement levels here, we can see that, to be honest, a wave 4 could even in an extreme case move all the way up to $39.46. So unless we really go impulsively above that level, we can still look at potentially lower levels, yeah, unfortunately. So due to the structure and the impulsiveness of that move to the downside, we are basically in danger, yeah, or the chart is very vulnerable imminently as long as we stay below $39.46. Yeah, and that is currently here the wave count. When do we know that we are going down and the triangle is breaking? Well, again, triangles are very difficult to forecast. They can extend out. Even what currently seems to be a wave D could have to move on, yeah, and the wave D eventually might be a little bit further to the right hand side, possible. But at the moment, I would say as soon as we go below the low of the wave D, which is at 34.30, that is already a good indication that we're coming down, and then confirmation would be obtained below the low of the wave B, which is below $33.75. And then we could move down in a first instance to that $31.20 level. Okay, that's my update about Solana. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, yeah, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.